Are you ready for English speaking practice? Call an ambulance with slow, clear English. This is an emergency. Let's go. Listen carefully. Hello and welcome to English Flow, the podcast for learners who want to speak English with more confidence and joy. I'm Mark, and I'm here to help you speak English more naturally step by step, day by day. I will be speaking slowly and clearly so you can follow me and repeat after me. In today's episode, we are going to talk about something very important but very practical: how to handle medical emergencies in English. Even if your life is busy, even if you feel shy, even if you've never faced a medical emergency in English before. Many people think they need perfect English to handle emergencies, but that's not true. You don't need to live in New York. You don't need a native speaker doctor. You don't need to study for hours every night. What you need are small, smart phrases. Phrases that are easy to repeat. Phrases that fit into real emergency situations. Phrases that help you feel more comfortable, more natural, and more confident when you need help. So let's begin. Let's start with a simple question. What is medical emergency English? Maybe you have heard emergency vocabulary before. Maybe you haven't. Medical emergency English is one of the best ways to practice real conversations. It's simple and very powerful. Here is how it works. You listen to emergency conversations like the ones I will teach you today, and you try to repeat exactly what they say. You don't stop. You don't translate in your mind. You don't look at a dictionary. You just copy the sound like an echo. You try to say the words at the same speed, with the same tone, and the same urgent but clear rhythm as people in emergencies. Let's try it together. I'll say an emergency phrase and you repeat after me. I need help. Now you repeat. Call an ambulance. Now you repeat. This is an emergency. Now you repeat. Very good. That's it. That's medical emergency English. At first, it feels a little strange. You may not understand every medical word you hear. That's okay. Emergency conversation is not about understanding every word. It's about communicating clearly and quickly. It helps you get used to how emergency English sounds, how it moves, how it feels in your mouth when you're scared or worried. If you do this often, even 5 minutes a day, you will start to speak faster, more clearly, and more naturally in emergencies. It's a small habit with big results. Now let's talk about the main question. How can you handle medical emergencies in English with confidence? Many students tell me, Mark, I want to help people, but I don't have time. I'm always nervous. I feel embarrassed when I mispronounce medical words. I don't know how to start. And I always say, you don't need a lot of time. You don't need perfect pronunciation. You don't need to wait for the right moment. You just need to begin. Let me give you 5 simple and powerful emergency conversations you can use every single day in your real life, wherever you are. Tip number 1: calling for help. This is the most important step. If you want to feel confident, you must know how to get emergency help. Every emergency starts the same way. Listening helps you learn the rhythm. It trains your ears to understand emergency operators, and it helps you get used to how real helpers speak, not just the English in textbooks. So how can you do it? You can practice these phrases. I need an ambulance. Now you repeat. There's been an accident. Now you repeat. Someone is hurt. Now you repeat. Please send help quickly. Now you repeat. You don't need to understand 100%. Just let the operator help you. Even if you understand only 50%, it's still useful. You can practice while you walk, while you cook, while you rest. Just 5 minutes a day is enough to make a difference. Make emergency English your daily practice. Tip number 2, describing the problem. Now that you've called for help, the next step is use your voice with the operator. Calling is great, but describing clearly, that's how you get the right help. After you call, repeat these phrases. Someone can't breathe. Now you repeat. He's having chest pain. Now you repeat. She fell and hit her head. Now you repeat. There's a lot of blood. Now you repeat. Repeat the same emergency phrases again and again. You will notice that your speaking becomes smoother, your pronunciation becomes clearer, you feel more confident. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be practiced. Tip number 3, giving location information, one detail at a time. This is one of the biggest steps you can take. Start giving addresses in English. At first, it's difficult. You want to translate from your native language, but emergency operators speak fast, and translation slows you down. How do we begin giving locations in English? Start with short, simple phrases. Say them in your mind before the operator asks. When you're ready, we are on Main Street. Now you repeat. It's the big blue building. Now you repeat. Second floor, apartment 5. Now you repeat. Near the shopping center. Now you repeat. These are small details, but they help your brain connect directly to emergency English. No translation, no delay. Later, try to say them out loud. Just practice quietly. It's like a daily conversation with yourself in emergency English. Tip number 4, describing symptoms clearly. Speak the problems clearly. Describing symptoms is good, but describing them simply is better. It helps emergency workers understand exactly what's wrong. Choose simple descriptions. My chest hurts. Now you repeat. I can't move my arm. Now you repeat. I feel very dizzy. Now you repeat. I'm having trouble breathing. Now you repeat. Read these slowly, clearly. Then read them again a little faster. Then again with more confidence. Imagine you are helping someone. This helps your pronunciation, your fluency, and your confidence. It's like going to the gym, but for your emergency speaking muscles. Tip number 5, staying calm and following instructions. Use emergency English in your real situations. Let me tell you something very important. If you want to speak English well in emergencies, you should not only study emergency vocabulary. You should live with emergency thinking. What do I mean by that? I mean that emergency English should not just be something you do for 30 minutes before traveling. It should not only happen in your English classroom. It should become part of your real safety life. Just like knowing phone numbers or keeping first aid kits, the more you see emergency English, hear emergency English, and use emergency English in your life, the more natural it will become. Now let me give you some easy ways to do this, even if you are very busy. First, practice staying calm. Help is coming. Now you repeat. Stay with me. Now you repeat. Keep breathing. Now you repeat. You're going to be okay. Now you repeat. Everything will be fine. Now you repeat. You probably think about safety sometimes, so why not use that time to learn? When you practice emergency phrases, you use English every time you think about helping others. You will learn phrases like call 911, apply pressure, don't move. You don't need to study these phrases. You just use them when thinking about real emergency situations, and soon your brain remembers. It becomes natural. This is called practical learning, and it's very helpful. Now let me give you 20 complete emergency conversations from start to finish. Listen carefully and repeat each phrase after me. This is how people really talk in emergencies. Emergency 1. Calling 911, 911. What's your emergency? Now you repeat. I need an ambulance. Now you repeat. What's your location? Now you repeat. 123 Oak Street. Now you repeat. Emergency 2, heart attack. Are you okay? Now you repeat. My chest hurts badly. Now you repeat. I'm calling for help. Now you repeat. Please hurry. Now you repeat. Emergency 3, car accident. There's been an accident. Now you repeat. How many people? Now you repeat. 2 people are hurt. Now you repeat. Send an ambulance. Now you repeat. Emergency 4, choking. She's choking. Now you repeat. Can you cough? Now you repeat. I'll call 911. Now you repeat. Help is coming. Now you repeat. Emergency 5, severe cut. He's bleeding. Now you repeat. Apply pressure. Now you repeat. Get a clean towel. Now you repeat. Don't let go. Now you repeat. Emergency 6. Allergic reaction. I can't breathe. Now you repeat. Do you have medicine? Now you repeat. In my bag. Now you repeat. I'll get it. Now you repeat. Emergency 7. Fall injury. I think it's broken. Now you repeat. Don't try to move. Now you repeat. It hurts so much. Now you repeat. Help is coming. Now you repeat. Emergency 8. Unconscious person. He won't wake up. Now you repeat. Check his pulse. Now you repeat. I feel something. Now you repeat. Keep checking. Now you repeat. Emergency 9. Burn injury. I burned my hand. Now you repeat. Put it in cold water. Now you repeat. How bad is it? Now you repeat. We need the hospital. Now you repeat. Emergency 10. High fever. She has a fever. Now you repeat. How high? Now you repeat. Very high. Now you repeat. Call the doctor. Now you repeat. Emergency 11. Poison emergency. He ate something bad. Now you repeat. What did he eat? Now you repeat. Cleaning chemicals. Now you repeat. Don't make him sick. Now you repeat. Emergency 12. Stroke symptoms. Her face is drooping. Now you repeat. Can you smile? Now you repeat. One side won't move. Now you repeat. This is serious. Now you repeat. Emergency 13. Diabetic emergency. I feel weak. Now you repeat. When did you eat? Now you repeat. I forgot. Now you repeat. You need sugar. Now you repeat. Emergency 14. Seizure. He's having a seizure. Now you repeat. Clear the area. Now you repeat. Don't hold him down. Now you repeat. Time how long? Now you repeat. Emergency 15. Drug overdose. She took too many pills. Now you repeat. Is she awake? Now you repeat. Barely. Now you repeat. Keep her awake. Now you repeat. Emergency 16. Workplace accident. Someone got hurt at work. Now you repeat. What happened? Now you repeat. Machine accident. Now you repeat. Call 911 now. Now you repeat. Emergency 17. Child emergency. My baby won't stop crying. Now you repeat. Any fever? Now you repeat. Yes. Very hot. Now you repeat. Bring him in. Now you repeat. Emergency 18. Emergency room. What brings you in? Now you repeat. Severe stomach pain. Now you repeat. How long? Now you repeat. Since this morning. Now you repeat. Emergency 19. Medication allergy. Are you allergic to anything? Now you repeat. Yes. Penicillin. Now you repeat. Any other drugs? Now you repeat. Aspirin 2. Now you repeat. Emergency 20. After emergency. How do you feel now? Now you repeat. Much better. Now you repeat. Any pain left? Now you repeat. Just tired. Now you repeat. Very good. You just practiced 20 complete emergency conversations from start to finish. These aren't textbook phrases. These are real English from real emergencies. Okay, using emergency English in your daily life is not difficult. It doesn't take much time. You don't need a teacher to do it. And here's the secret. Turn small daily safety thoughts into English practice. Instead of thinking about safety in your native language, think, am I prepared for emergencies? Instead of reading safety information in your mother tongue, try it in English. Instead of watching 5 minutes of health shows in your own language, watch 5 minutes in English. These small actions build strong habits, and strong habits create confident emergency responders. So remember, make emergency English part of your life. Let it be in your safety thoughts, your health awareness, your helping practice, and your communication phrases. Let it be part of who you are, not just what you study. When you do this, emergency English will not feel like homework. It will feel like something you live with, and that's when real confidence begins. Your homework this week: practice one emergency conversation every day. Choose a simple scenario like calling for help or describing symptoms. Practice it until it feels natural. Then remember it for real situations. Remember, every phrase you practice, every conversation you repeat, every emergency scenario you learn It all helps you feel more confident when you or someone else needs help. You are building real skills for real situations. Thank you for practicing with me today. Keep listening to Emergency English, keep practicing these vital phrases, and keep building your confidence one call at a time. Until next time, stay safe, and remember, you've got this.